though many people spend much energy. I would say, when I say many, I think we all do at some level. It's just a question of how much, But we all spend energy on regret. But what does regret do other than take time away from redressing? If that's possible. That's an interesting word if you think about it, to redress. I don't think it's really meant the way I'm about to say it, but think about to dress yourself again. To maybe go back and say, okay, something wrong happened while I was in the garb of a general. Now I come to you as a mendicant. Understanding firsthand the effects of the kind of activity that I thought was just the way to do things. I was brought up to be I'm an honest general. I was an honest general before I got beaten. Honest generals go and figure out how to win their wars for their emperor. And of course we go around and kill all these people. And of course we let all the men rape the women because, well, otherwise they would rebel. We can't stop them. They would rebel. So, you never got to Shivra, right? You never would have ever, in my old way of thinking. But thank you, Paratech. I'm doing an endorsement for Paratech Industries. They have given me the tools to finish a thought, even when I make it particularly challenging, by purposely going down all sorts of side roads so that I can practice finding my way back to Shivra. S-H. Serendipitously hilarious. Ho, ho, ha, really? Voice recording errors. No, I'm sorry. I got the sorry. Voice recognition. Very big difference. But I do use VR for both of those things. A voice recording, because that's the fundamental thing that I'm doing all the time in my parroting. I carry my parrot around with me, and I talk to it. Now, sometimes I talk to it, but these days it's much more that I talk to you and you. Even if you're not actually there in the flesh, but I'm thinking about you. And I'm considering it, because this is what I'm doing right now is prac-forming. Prac-forming is a combination of practice and performance. I'm practicing my performance. And when I'm actually in front of you, I'm doing sort of a little bit of an obverse version. Not a perverse version, an obverse version. I'm doing pertis, which is that I am performing that which I have practiced. And that, if you are actually in the flesh, the big difference is you have an effect on me, unlike the trees in the park. Well, they have an effect, but it's a much more subtle one, It's like, oh, listen to the leaves. That's very nice. Or, oh, I'd like to be in your shade. Thank you, tree. You're beautiful. It has that kind of distracting quality, which is, it's manageable. But on the other hand, people have a tendency to be extraordinarily distracting when they want to be. And what I've learned is to be really distracting to some people, to everybody who's here right now. Right? I have called you together. In a sense, this is a new thing for me. Just saying it, I've never said this before. I have called you together. I have called you together to, just to listen to me blab for a while. don't worry. There's no religion. There's no politics. And there's no distinction, as Jacob Brankowski would say, that, the guy who did The Ascent of Man. It was a series. It was very interesting about sort of our history from the earliest times of using tools and, what was the purpose of it, and right up to now, how do we use tools, and how do tools use us? Q at the end is a question mark. I used to be a little anal about it and only used capital Qs. But when I'm using voice recognition, what I did this one is I said it. I said, how do tools use us? Q. And it did that. And it didn't make it capital, and what? I need to go back and change it? I used to capitalize the first letter, or sometimes, not if it was an and, Okay, so anyway. Shiver. Shiver. You forgot. There's a song about Shiver. Have I ever taught it to you? You've never heard the song about Shiver? Shiver. Shiver. This is a song about Shiver. Shiver means spontaneously, hilarious, voice recognition errors. I said serendipitously, hilarious, serendipitously, hilarious, ho, 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 serendipitously, hilarious, voice recognition errors. This song has many verses. You probably don't want to hear them all because you have something to do with the next 99 years of your life. Well, I tell you, don't go telling your wife. Unless you want to do drum calls and fife. Oh, Lord, I can't stand it. Oh, my hands are banded. Banded, I meant. Banded behind my... So you're thinking, what in the world is this guy talking about? He just seems to keep going from here to there. Where is there? He doesn't go in a straight line, no. He doesn't go in a straight line, no. He goes this way and that, and oh, and that, and bum, bum, bum-ly, bum, 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 bum-ly, bum. So now what? Now what? Oh, no, it happened. It happened. That thing. You know. We all know what the thing is. And I don't mean that thing, I didn't mean that. Yeah, so. And so.